Ebru, I see you. Die hard. Trap. We gonna do this one the right way. We in here forever. Yeah. Die hard. Homie, die hard. You can check the swag, he the realest by far. Swimming in that blue and orange, he the lifeguard. Yeah, he been through pain, at least he got some nice scars. He can smell a trophy, yeah, you need it back to back. Represent himself, his own name is on his back. 10 toes down, try to stop him, he come back. Bandwagon hoppers, he will knock you off your tracks. You ain't saying nothing, Nero been here from the start. He been working in the lab to take his team and make it art. See him going over film to help him build and make him smart. He will tell you how he feels because he's real and he got heart. He will never fade away, he will never change his face. Everybody picking faves and he's feeling out of place. Cause he is for the team and he always rep the squad. Like that Christmas movie, he gon' always die hard. City on my back. They ask me what's my name and it is on my back. I'm just speaking facts. We got big dreams, we ain't looking back. We be really die hard, yeah, that's a fact. We be really die hard, ain't no going back. Make the whole crowd rise like a thermostat. Fourth quarter, I'm the killer that's gonna murder that.
Dang, what's up, guys? It's your boy Eru, host of the Dynasty Podcast. I've been around in a minute, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I always got some excuse, right? Like, yo, how come Eru don't post as often, man? Motherfucker, I be working fucking 12 hours a day at least, bro. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get my freedom here, you know, with these little checks I'm getting, man. I would love to do this full time and get some money, man, but you guys got to put it in a good word for me. Before we start, man, hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up for the boy. You know what I'm saying? So you can get the algorithms popping again like how we used to and get these numbers back up so people could see me and possibly I could get a freaking job out there making the same amount of money now with less work and more fun. And then I'll be able to get more stuff out for you. Anyway, man, just had to throw that out there, man. Hardest working motherfucker in the podcasting game, man. Knicks podcasting game. Anyway, it's your boy Eru. Got the diehard hat today. Got my man Josh Hart in the background still the E-Root thing on the side there. Listen, man, it's an exciting time to be a Knicks fan. You know, the off season, you know, people get excited about the season, but the real season is really the off season because this is when everybody starts all of their yapping, they're chatting, all the stuff that they want, their favorite player. Everybody starts gangbanging for their favorite player. Right now, we're getting ready for the draft. For the first time in a long time, the Knicks don't have any picks, you know, and I don't give a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, like, how many more young players are we gonna get? You know, so we'll talk about that, man. Of course, we're gonna talk about Obi Toppin. You know, there's a lot of chat going on with Obi Toppin, but also a former Nick too that's gonna set up a lot of things, you know, potential and forward. Like, you know, they're talking about him going to the Celtics. This is Kristaps Porzingis. They're talking about him going to the Celtics. You know, it's not really set in stone yet. You know, he has to. I think he has until midnight. No, like I said, we'll get into all that stuff, man. But before we get started, man, let me throw this at you guys because this is for real now. You know, and not only that is it for real that you know, I really have to start training. For those that see me in public and know what I look like in real life, like I actually look kind of slim here in this video, but I'm actually like 5'11", 255 right now, 250 maybe. You know, the last time I took a dump, about 250. So I lost a lot of weight. You know, 5 pounds. But I need to lose a lot of weight. I need to get myself to the point where I can do this. You know, this is official here. Die Hard Eru is running the New York City Marathon. You know what I'm saying? So I posted something in the chat. I pinned it actually, right? So we'll get into this too. Let me see if I can get this up here. Did I have it up? Yeah, I already have it up here. So let me get this here. So this is a New York City Marathon. I'm literally going to run the New York City Marathon. So just for those that don't know, the marathon is not 5 miles, not 10 miles, 15 miles. It's 23, it's going to be 26.2 miles, 26.2. You know, the 0.2 will kill you. That's what they say. But I'm actually doing a fundraiser, man, because I have to do it through a fundraiser this year because I did qualify for it back in 2019 when COVID hit, but then COVID hit and they canceled it. So I wasn't able to run it that year, but COVID killed me, man. And, you know, bad choice of words, man. But COVID, you know, kind of messed up everybody. You know, took me off my square at the time when it hit. When I was gonna run the marathon, I was gonna be like, you know, at my peak, maybe like 185. I probably would have been I probably would have made it all the way to 175 by the time the race hit. But like I said, I'm 255 right now, so I have lot of weight to lose. I'm not going to get down to 175. It's impossible, but I'm really trying to get down to 200 pounds. But 200 pounds and hitting the ground running, that's gonna be enough for me to get to the finish line, man. So got a long way to go. I'm been training all year. A lot of couple setbacks this year, can't really get into that too much, man. But like I said, this is a fundraiser thing here. So there's like I said, the link is pinned to the thing here, man. I already gave the first donation, you know. Let me refresh this. Yeah, so I already put in the first donation to start it off, man. So I'm actually running with the Garden of Dreams. That's what also makes it relevant as well. I'm running with the Garden of Dreams, so shout out to the Garden of Dreams. I'm actually on the Garden of Dreams Dream Team. So it's me and maybe like seven other people that are running this race too. And we're all running for charity, trying to raise $3,000 to support the Garden of Dreams Foundation. So that's a big thing for me because I covered the Knicks and I've been seeing Garden of Dreams forever. I've been to a couple of events throughout the years, and they really do a lot for these kids, and they really do use the money for what they say, not just financial stuff, just like little things that they do for them, like trips, and they gift them a lot of things. The fans, excuse me, the players do a really big thing as far as like using their time and stuff to give back to these kids that are going through a bunch of stuff. It could be like um you know something cancerous, or just like something mental or physical, something like that. Anything that's happening with a child that they need this inspiration, or they deserve this gift, whatever it is, because the Garden of Dreams is not just one little thing that they do. It's a kind of like a broad thing that they do for these children, man. So I just think it's a good idea. Like I said, I'm a Knicks fan, so it's a good marriage. So I'm looking to support that charity while I'm running this 26.2. So I really do need the support of you guys. You know what I'm saying? So in the chats and stuff, every chat, I'm gonna mention this every chat. Not as drawn out as I'm doing now, but I will mention this from time to time in the chat. I'm gonna be looking to do some fundraising events too, this summer. But I really need your support to get myself back into shape, man. So because right now I'm nowhere near getting to that 26.2, but that race is in November. So put this back up here. It's November 5th, 2023. So I'll be ready. We got like 20 weeks, right? Less than 20 weeks right now. You need 18 weeks of straight training in order to get ready for this race. Like I said, I've had race experience, and I've run plenty of half marathons. I've ran plenty of Spartan races. You know what I'm saying? So I have the race bug in me. I have the experience, so I know I can get myself there. But I'm definitely gonna need your support, man. So if you guys see me in the street, you guys see me out there, make sure that that you encourage me. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about the jokes. You can joke about the stomach and stuff like that. But when you see me running the marathon and stuff, I hope guys come out and support, and support the fat boy running up and down New York City. Trying to get his dream off, man. Trying to make some history for myself. So anyway, just want to throw that out there before we get started. Because I mean, listen, let's face it. Like I said, I'm working a lot of hours. Everybody works a lot too, but everybody has dreams still. So you really shouldn't let go of your dreams. Like the podcast is one thing. Also this running thing too. Like just to look back, 2023, I have a medal. My kids are old enough to remember it too, so it's like inspirational for not only for me but for my family and friends as well. So it's good. It's good. It's a good thing. Bring it back to the Knicks, man. Listen, man. Kristaps Porzingis, okay? He used to be a Nick, We shitted on him because of his brothers, really. And so that's one thing I don't really understand with Knicks fans is that like people hate Miami Heat. Oh my god, I freaking hate Miami. Yo, but did you realize that the last time the Knicks and Miami really banged with each other was like 25 years ago? 20 more than over like almost 30 years ago that happened. When we were banging against Indiana in the playoffs with Reggie Miller, that was like almost 30 years ago, you know? All these different things. The Celtics too. Celtics a little bit sooner, because talk about Paul Pierce, he was a jerk, but we sucked back in the day, so there was no way for us to defend ourselves against Paul Pierce. So how could we have a rivalry or hatred to these teams when we had no way of defending ourselves? The Nets, I get it. Crosstown rivalry, New Jersey. I really hate them for the time when they were with the Nets, because they really were trying to embarrass us every single night, and they were, man. So, but if we can't defend ourselves, there's nothing really we can do. We were just part of an era where we just got our ass whipped. So I don't understand why people hold those grudges, right? So back to Porzingis, right? He really got kicked out of New York because his brothers wanted power. But ever since then, the brothers haven't been involved in anything. They got traded from the Celtics. He, ended up in Washington. Now he might end up in Boston. So we'll see what happens here, man. So as you see here, this is something new. Not something new, but this is just common knowledge here that he has until basically tonight or something like that to opt into his $36 million a potential deal for tonight. So I mean, with all these rumors, he might not even opt out. He might just stay with Washington. You know, chances are he's leaving, right? But I mean, he can just get out of just stay with Washington. But this deal with Boston here, they're talking about moving Danilo Gallinari and things of that nature. And then the only thing that's coming back to it's supposed to be a three-team trade. So let me just get rid of that. Malcolm Brogdon is going to go to the Clippers, and Marcus Morris is going to come back to the Wizards. So I mean, they got a couple other things too. I say Amir Coffey is there. He's a good young player, and a 30th pick going to Washington. You mean to tell me Marcus Morris, Amir Coffey, and the 30th pick is enough to trade for Porzingis? Like Porzingis is not a bum. He's not a bum. He averages 20 still. He can still average 20. He's not the same Porzingis that we had. He's a little bit more methodical, a little bit more safer. He's not running in there like how he used to. I'm not protecting his legs and that type of thing. So he's a different player, man. So for him to get traded for Marcus Morris, Amir Coffey, and the 30th pick, that's bullshit, man. I feel like the Knicks could easily swoop in there and take that trade away from them. Give the Wizards something a little bit more back than those guys. You know what I'm trying to say? But it is what it is. There's like a Knicks tax. Shout out to the guard of Knicks. They were talking about that. It's like a Knicks tax. It feels like every time the Knicks are in rumors, we got to give up all of our freaking draft picks, all of our young players for every body. But then when it comes to other teams, they're giving their peanuts. Like Marcus Morris is done. Like they're talking about that he's upset about his role in the Clippers. Man, you're done. He's like closer to 40 than he is to 35, man. You know what I'm saying? So, his career is over. What is he? He's expecting to be a 20-point a game scorer, and at this age, Amir Coffey is he's a good player. I don't know what his potential could be. He could be an NBA starter, but how many Amir Coffeys does Boston need? They got so many Amir Coffeys on that team, so I just don't get it. Shout out to Derek White. Derek White is going to be their starting shooting guard next year. So why the fuck do they need Amir Coffey? Is he going to replace Marcus Brogdon? I don't know. That shit is weird, man. And then the 30th pick, what are they going to do with the 30th pick? It's a crapshoot in itself. So I mean, it's a wasted trade. But if it does work out, Boston does get significant help with Porzingis, man. So let me just keep scrolling. What do I got here? This is the timeline for Porzingis here. The Knicks traded him to make room for KD. Remember that? We ended up not getting KD, and we ended up with Marcus Morris and then ended up becoming Julius Randle and things of that nature, man. But that's where we were on. We were trying to get these stars and stuff like that. So we'll talk about that as time goes on. He eventually gets traded for Bertans of all people. That's another stupid ass trade. He got traded, to the Washington Wizards for Bertans. Like, come on, man. And now he's getting traded to the Celtics potentially for Marcus Morris. I just thought that hurts me. It hurts me so much. Like, I'm not a hater. So this is what I put up. I put up a post today on Twitter. I'm not a hater. If Boston gets Kristaps, it's perfect. Because like the joke I'm trying to make here is like Al Horford and that Williams kid had a Maury Povich baby. You know what I'm saying? Like you are the father kind of baby. Because the Celtics, they need their center to block shots. They need their center to shoot threes. So instead of going back and forth with Horford and Williams with those two skill sets, they'll have both of those skill sets in one. But Kristaps can get 20 without any plays being drawn for him, just because he's so damn big. So and then Tatum will always have somebody to throw it to. This other guy, Jalen Brown will have somebody to throw it to. So that's really the problem. These guys, they stand on the island, just like Tom Thibodeau has, because all that dribbling in between the legs stuff and waiting for the one-on-one player to get free to kick it out. So like just having Kristaps on the floor allows you to let the ball go a little bit quicker. Because you have that 20-point a game score that can get the ball and make something happen. At least draw a double team and stuff like that. Because now you can't really double team off of a Horford. Shout out to the Knicks. The Knicks were definitely playing off of Horford throughout the season. They were playing off of Williams as well. Just to send another extra defender at Tatum and Brown. Shout out to Miami didn't do that. Miami stayed down on the 3-point shots. That's why they were able to smack Boston the way that they did. But it is what it is. The Celtics feel like they need to get better in their way, and this is how it works for them. Let me just shout out a couple guys here. This is Mr. Did he delete it? Let me see. Shout out to yeah. So we shout out State here while we're here. So State says that because you always got to throw the subliminal Mitchell Robinson. You're gonna love Mitchell Robinson. What Mitchell Robinson got to do with Kristaps? That has a lot to do with it, man. But because he knows how I am. I don't like Mitchell Robinson at all. So I said he's like a teenage nephew that still pees the bed. That's Mitchell Robinson. That's my view on Mitchell Robinson. He got a kick out of that. But shout out to State, man. State dire state of mind. We need to get up with that. We need to start doing that again. So if you want to see dire state of mind come back again, you got to hit up State because State is like totally locked into Twitter Spaces right now, and I think he's afraid to get on camera again. You know what I'm trying to say? So if you guys want to see State me and State hang out, please hit him up on Twitter and say let's get this thing back going here. But this guy Kristaps, this is something that he posted maybe like an hour or so ago, because they're still talking about he has until midnight to meet this deadline for this $36 million option. Then he posts a cryptic thing like these young guys do. The truth will come out with a smiley face. So is he going to watch? Is he going to the Boston or not? So this just leaves the cliffhanger here that we're gonna have until we go to sleep tonight. So we're gonna be standing by our phones waiting for that Woj bomb or waiting for the Shams, whatever the Shams is, to get the information. But we'll see what happens. Chances are he's probably gonna be a Celtic. There's an outside chance that he could be a Knick. So here's the thing with Kristaps, man. If I could talk about him, how does he help the Knicks? Well, number one, he's getting traded for nothing. Okay, he's getting traded for Marcus Morris, Amir Coffey, and a freaking 30th pick. So the Knicks can easily match that. If anything, if we throw Mitchell Robinson in that deal, we automatically beat the deal already. If we trade for Kristaps to Washington, if we throw Mitchell Robinson in that deal. So a lot of people right off the bat say, "Oh no, how are we going to trade Mitchell Robinson because he defends, he takes up all of our mistakes and stuff like that." My answer to that is that's bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Because how many games does Mitchell Robinson miss throughout the year? And every time he misses a game, do we ever miss a beat? We have our guys. We have Hartenstein. We have the other kid too. Mr. Tarzan. Can't get his name right now, but we got Mr. Tarzan there that he can easily play center as well. So whenever Mitch is out, we never miss a beat. So if we trade Mitchell Robinson and we bring Kristaps in here, Kristaps and say iHeart, both of those guys together, Isaiah Hartenstein, both of those guys together, I think is a good contrast because Kristaps can actually shoot the three. Like I said, he can create offense without any plays being called for him. And that's what the Knicks do. The Knicks are not really calling plays for the center position. They're used to that because of what Mitchell Robinson brings. He doesn't bring anything. He can't dribble, can't do anything except dunk. That 70% from the field that he gets is kind of overblown because all he does is dunk. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have any drop steps. He doesn't have any baby hooks. He can't even make a basic layup. You know what I'm saying? Everything is him blasting up trying to dunk it. Today I was gonna have this keyed up also, but they showed him on Snapchat. Somebody video screen videoed his Snapchat with him sweating with no shirt on, talking about that he's working. Listen, these guys are all working. It's like so fucking. These guys are professional athletes. They don't take the whole summer off and just come out, just roll out of bed and start playing ball at a professional level. These guys work out all the time, so they constantly conditioning their body for that 82 game season. So seeing him with no shirt on, doesn't do nothing for me. I don't know what it does for you. I don't know what it does for the people that love to see those type of videos and pictures. You know what I'm saying? But skill set. What is Mitchell Robinson doing as far as skill set to make himself better? Is he improving his scoring on the inside? It doesn't have to be Akeem Olajuwon. Just listen, if he jumps up against the rebound, now he turns around, he's looking for Julius. And then now when Julius gets it, now Julius has to make something happen. But if you get somebody like Porzingas, if Porzingas gets the rebound, he might turn around and throw a baby hook and just lay it up. Simple. Or he might put it on the floor, drop step and bang it on somebody. You know what I'm saying? Or he might just fake it and do like a fadeaway jump shot. Or he just might just pull up. He might just pull up in the defender's face. Or even in the kick out or anything like that. He could just pull up from anywhere that he is. Mitchell Robinson doesn't give you that. So that's offensively. Rebounding wise, of course, he's going to take a dip because Kristaps is not known to be a big time rebounder, but he can. and we know that he can attack the offensive rebounds too with the putbacks and stuff that he's done in the past. Block shots right off the bat there. If anybody's going to say that Kristaps is not a good defender, you're just a liar because Kristaps is a great shot blocker. So if you get Kristaps, we're not going to lose much shot blocking, but between him and Mitchell Robinson. So anyway, to me, it's a non factor as far as like arguing with people about Kristaps, because I think if we had the opportunity to trade Mitchell Robinson and say like one of our heavily protected picks, and then maybe like I don't know, another bullshit player like an excuse me, Amir Coffee style player into that trade, we could beat this trade easy. So if we want Kristaps, we could totally get that motherfucker. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know if we need to. Well, I don't know. I mean, absolutely, we're gonna have to throw in another player to make it work. Probably Derrick Rose, or maybe somebody else, whoever. You know what I'm saying? But we can make a trade like this work for us. But it is what it is. I don't want to keep harping on Porzingis. But what are we talking about? Are we trying to get better or not? See, the Celtics, they need to get better. So if they make this trade, they get better. They definitely get better. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to think of it as a basketball standpoint. How does it make them better? They basically get Horford and Williams merged into one player, playing 30 something minutes together. You know what I'm saying? Another scoring option because you showed Boston that they put too much pressure on Tatum and Brown to score. That's why Brown was having such a bad playoffs. And then Tatum gets hurt and now they're dead. Now you put Kristaps there. Now these two guys can take it easy a little bit and have a little bit something saved for the fourth quarter. That's what Kristaps brings. Add Kristaps to the Knicks. Julius Randle has somebody to pass it to. Check out the pick and pop situation with him and Brunson. Brunson has the ball at all times. Let Porzingas set a screen, which Kristaps sets better screens than Mitch. That's another thing. Picking and popping, picking and rolling. That's all day with him and Kristaps if they want to do that. You know what I'm trying to say? And then if they do that, that takes the ball out of Julius's hands. You know what I'm saying? Now Julius is running free on the weak side. Now he can isolate on the other side. Now he can get some cuts to the basket and that type of thing, or some kickouts to the corner three for him to take it easy, so he won't be run down by the fourth quarter. That's what the Kristaps Porzingis will bring to the Knicks. Defensively, like I said, guys got to play their position. We don't want Kristaps Porzingis guarding the perimeter, but we don't want Mitchell Robinson doing it either. Because when Mitchell Robinson comes out the paint, we're done. You know what I'm saying? So Kristaps staying down in the paint makes more sense, especially even if Mitch Robinson was here, we still need Mitch Robinson to stay in the paint. We don't need him guarding point guards. You know what I'm trying to say? So anyway, that's my opinion on that, man. If it came down to it, I would love to get Porzingis, man. I would love to get him, no doubt about it. Um, let's talk about. We'll get back to Porzingis in a second in the center position and different things that we might need to get. But let's talk about this guy, Obi Toppin, man. So now, listen. Obi Toppin is another one of those guys that I just don't like. Mitchell Robinson. I don't like him because he was complaining about the cardio. Him. Oh, I'm only out there doing cardio. I'm out there, doing this, that, and the other. He's basically putting the team down. So it comes down to this now. Everybody heard the audio. I'm not gonna get into the audio because I don't even know what's saying. All I can hear is the N word. You know what I'm saying? And that's it. He's upset about something. I can't hear what he's saying. So I mean, it means nothing to me. These guys argue all the time. Let me throw this out there. Remember Jimmy Butler threatened freaking Spoelstra on the bench, talking about that he wanted to fight him. Like during a game, during the timeout. So these guys have their fights and stuff like that. Out there. So I mean, if Obi Toppin's pissed off at Tibbs for whatever, if Tibbs says something derogatory to him, whatever, that's them. Let them handle that in house. I don't know what they're saying to each other, so who cares? So bring it back to a basketball standpoint. Look at Chris Johnson hoops. Chris Johnson is a professional trainer. Has a very good organization there. Beautiful gym. All kind of players come through here. I got men and women. Hoopers from all over the world come here. The way that he coaches through community. A lot of talking, a lot of guys breaking down games and trying to build guys up, trying to build guys confidence, trying to get guys some go-to moves and counters, and trying to work on stuff that they would experience in game with real defense, and actually focus on the shot clock and things of that nature. This is part of like the first group that I've seen them do the one-on-one with only 3 dribbles type of thing. So I don't know if he's the one that started that, but I mean, he definitely emphasizes that throughout the summer when he has guys play one-on-one and with each other. There's always 3 dribbles and stuff like that. So Obi Toppin, doesn't have that in his game. He right now he's going against Chris Johnson right here in a one-on-one situation. But you can see this. If this was a good defender, like right now he's just a trainer. Looking at this picture here, any good defender would slap that ball right at Obi Toppin's hands and it'll be done. Fast break, you know, because Obi Toppin doesn't know how to protect the ball. He doesn't know how to drive properly. He doesn't have confidence in any offensive aspect of his game. But yet still everybody wants more out of Obi Toppin. So I'm showing this picture because this is the picture, one of the pictures that came out first. But there's a whole bunch of them. So that's why I have the Instagram put up. So this is them here. A lot of one-on-one coaching. You can see the conversations there. Him working on one-on-one moves and stuff. This is Obi Toppin's future. He's not a post player. We're not going to get him the ball in the post. He's not a post player. I literally weigh way more than him. I weigh 255. Like he should be weighing closer to me. I think Obi Toppin is like maybe like 220 something, if that 220. But he's super skinny, man. He has no weight to him. So he can't body me in the paint. He can out jump me and out reach me, of course, but he can't push me off the paint. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this is him that they're working on his handle. You can see it. They get the big focus on his handle. That's how he's going to get better. Driving to the basket. You can see the defense here. They play defense up until the point of attack. Up until the point where the layup is going to go up. So that's how hard they play defense against these NBA players because they're trying to simulate real basketball movements and stuff. So you can see the defender there. The defender in the back is not just bullshitting. He's working, giving him body. You can see the contact here with the two hands here. You can see the contact there. He's definitely pushing him. Trying to get him to feel on the defense there while he's trying to get the shot that they're teaching him. So more stuff here. Just working on stuff, conversations and stuff. If you ever watch Chris Johnson's hoops and stuff and watch him, they're constantly talking. Everybody's talking in there, loud atmosphere. Everybody's training, so you get to see other hungry guys in there, other guys that are working on stuff, and it's inspiring, man. If I was a basketball player, I would love to be in this environment with Chris Johnson here in Los Angeles. Here he goes again. Like I said, look at this defender here. Defender's throwing the body on the Obi so Obi Toppin could feel it. Do you see Obi Toppin protecting the body with the ball? This is good. This is stuff here that this is the evolution of his game. Like I said, he's not a post-up guy. So Obi Toppin's evolution is him to be able to dribble, get the make moves off the dribble. The potential, the length, the athleticism and stuff like that. This is this guy, the potential is so much for this guy. But at the same time, I can give a fuck about Obi Toppin. Obi Toppin can get traded tonight, and it would not bother me. The issue is the same thing with the Kristaps thing. If we trade for Kristaps, I know how Kristaps is going to make us better. If we trade for Obi Toppin, I don't want to get like a second round pick, or a low first round pick or two low first round. I don't want that. I want to get a player. If we trade for Obi Toppin, I want to get somebody in here that's going to help the Knicks today. Because if Obi Toppin could get this together here, this thing that you're seeing here with Chris Johnson here, this is the end of it here. This is the end of the workout. So, I mean, if Obi Toppin could unlock this skill set of him going off the dribble and driving to the basket and that type of thing, then he would be the small forward that we need. We wouldn't need to talk about other players that we're going to talk about later on in the podcast. We could just talk about Obi Toppin getting better at the small forward position. But here we go. Here's another player, RJ. RJ, the potential RJ, and Julius is holding RJ back. Tom Thibodeau is holding him back, and everything that other. But I mean, not everybody can't play. Everybody can't go, bro. So everybody can't go to the last stop on the train. Everybody can't go to the promised land together. So I mean, I felt like we have to make a decision. Because we're not going to keep Obi Toppin here, so just keep him on the bench playing 14 minutes. It's not going to happen. And if we make a decision where Obi Toppin, maybe say this summer, he unlocks his potential on the perimeter and he starts playing way better. So then, between just like that, as soon as Obi Toppin shows that he can do it consistently, then I want RJ out of here. And then Obi Toppin can play the small forward spot. I'm saying? That's the only thing stopping me from saying that Obi Toppin can be the starting small forward over RJ. Because RJ is way more physical. RJ is very frustrating with the finishing and being consistent and stuff like that. But at least, RJ is a battering ram out there, and physical, and not afraid of contact and that type of thing. His skill set is just not. This doesn't match the confidence. Shout out to was it Theo Pinson talking about the irrational confidence of RJ Barrett, which is true. Irrational confidence. What's the name? Obi Toppin has irrational confidence also. but he does have a 3-point shot. Like I said, and I believe it. If he can develop this perimeter skill that we're showing that he is working with one of the top trainers here in the country, in the world, I want to say, this Chris Johnson Hoops organization. If they can unlock that perimeter game, Fizz, man, he could be a really good small forward, man. So I know a lot of people, they'll listen to this and they'll see like, oh, but he's Amari Stoudemire. Let's look at Amari Stoudemire. Make sure the sound is off. This is Amari Stoudemire, so watch a little bit. This is some action here, old school action, fast break action. This is what Obi Toppin relishes in, right? Does Obi Toppin do that? When was the last time Obi Toppin dunked on somebody, fam? When's the last time he went on a fast break and put the ball somebody in between his legs and just banged it on him? Obi Toppin don't do that. He don't got no power and he's afraid of contact. I feel like this is the only thing you need to see. He goes on another little fast break situation here, pick and roll there, inside, jump and dunk. Obi Toppin doesn't do that. So I mean, it's a waste of time to keep watching film of Amari Stoudemire, because Amari Stoudemire was a beast. And for people to say that Obi Toppin is Amari Stoudemire is a diss to Amari Stoudemire. You forget how dope Amari Stoudemire is. So I say this all the time too. This is Sean Marion. So shout out to Sean Marion. Right now, Sean Marion's on the inside there, standing still. So that's what Obi Toppin should do, because he's not big. Stand there. You say, look at him opening wide up. That's Obi Toppin's game right there. Watching him open up on a fast break like that. That's him double teaming there on the inside. Gets the steal, starts to break. This is Obi Toppin right there. He goes on. There he goes. Fake on the inside, drive, spin, looking, kicking out to a shooter. That's Obi Toppin's game. That's what we need from Obi Toppin. Let's see where Obi Toppin will be here. Top of the key, fake it, crossover all the way on the inside. Nice little layup. That's Obi Toppin all day. Slashing to the basket, using his athleticism, getting to the basket. Defenders, help defender, helping out with the pushing the ball, getting the rebounds and that type of thing. Look at him guarding Tim Duncan, little guy, a little afraid of contact, but still able to use his speed and agility to still get up there for the block. Now he's starting to break, kicks it back out, to get the 3-point shot going. That's Obi Toppin's game. So I mean, this is what Chris Johnson needs to help Obi Toppin open up. Nice little turnaround hook shot in the paint there. Beautiful, man. Let's watch another play here. Another fake there on the inside, little pull-up jump shot at the foul line. That's all Obi Toppin, man. So, it just makes me salivate, because I see the potential in Obi Toppin, but I'm tired of arguing with people about the same shit with Obi Toppin. Well, him being this power player, he's not going to be a power player. He's not a power player. He's Sean Marion, and Sean Marion is a disgusting. They call him the Matrix for a reason. So do the research on Sean Marion, and then you'll see the potential of Obi Toppin. That's what it is right there. But like I said, you have to make a decision, and not everybody can go. Not everybody can go, and we can't sit here with our fingers up our ass, waiting to get a good smell from these dudes. We have to make a decision. We got to make a decision on these guys here. So, let's talk about the draft really quick. There's nobody here that entices me. I mean, outside of the top guys, you got Victor Wata Bam, whatever his name is. Scoot Henderson, Brandon Miller's dope. Eamon Thomas and his brother Asur, those guys are nasty. Shout out to Jarris Walker. I've seen him play a couple times. What are a couple other guys here? I mean, I'm gonna skip some guys. Dirk Lively, he's good. Grady Dick Paws is good. A couple other guys here you can go on here. Some of these guys are like, the point guard is Nick Smith Jr. Chris Murray I really like at number 19. So I mean, if the Knicks kept their pick at number 10, who would you have picked there? You know what I'm trying to say? Who would you have picked there? So now we're talking about Obi Toppin. We're gonna trade Obi Toppin to get a low second round. This gonna be a low first round pick. So here goes a low first rounders right here. So who we picking here? Bryce Sonabog from Ohio State. Who we picking here? Dariq Whitehead from Duke to be a shooting guard. Maxwell Lewis from Pepperdine. What are we doing here? Going to the second round. And just a bunch of ragtime guys. GG Jackson. A lot of people seem to like GG Jackson. But they got him listed here as number 34. I think he might go higher, GG Jackson. So I'm saying, if we get like a 26 pick and we draft GG Jackson, is that enough? We're trying to become a perennial playoff team. We're not trying to get the next project in here to cry for the next 2-3 years for this, because the Knicks are not developing him. You know what I'm saying? Or waiting for him to get to his potential. If we wait another 3 years, Brunson is going to be like 29, 30. What are we talking about? Julius Randle's going to be like 31 or whatever it is, 32. Like, what are we talking about? Like, we need to like expedite this rebuild and get some guys in here that can help us today. So no knock to these kids. There's quite a few guys here that I'm quite sure is going to be good. In this NBA, we never know. The lowest guy here, Ricky Council, the fourth, whatever, from Arkansas. He might get picked six. He might become the greatest player in this whole draft. We don't know. This is all a crapshoot. But it's up to these guys to work, man. So shout out to these guys in college. I can't wait to see the more information as time goes on before the actual draft. What I'm saying, which is coming up very soon, man. Tomorrow. What I'm saying? So shout out to the MBK fam, nothing but Knicks. They're gonna be doing a draft party at Legends. Draft party at Legends. Legends is right at the foot of the Empire State Building, guys. For those that want to show up, I'll be there. I'll be there a little bit late. What I'm saying, because I'm working, so I'm gonna be coming after work, and I'll be hanging out there. Steph is gonna be there. The majority of the guys that you see on MBK will be there. There'll be other people there from other pods too, coming through to show love, and there's a couple other people too that you might notice also. But aside from that, just come through and hang out with a bunch of basketball guys. Come and eat some good food, because Legends has some good food. Their wings are really good. Their veggie burger is really good, man. Because I'm a veggie burger guy. I'm back drinking again. I haven't drank. I drank. I had a shot of tequila for my wedding anniversary. But I'm back drinking again. So if anybody wants to buy me a beer, I'll accept it this time, man. So yeah. So if you guys want to hang out with us, tomorrow, we'll be there for the actual NBA draft and stuff. I'm expecting a lot of movement, man. A lot of player movement. This to me, this seems like a lot of buzz. Like, you always feel like something's gonna happen, and then you wait for something to happen and nothing does. The last couple of years, the Knicks have been trading draft picks, within the draft, and then trading again. But we were able to get Emmanuel quickly out the deal from all those stupid ass trades that we were making. Shout out to the European kid that we have out there, the point guard that's been playing really well. They just won one of the champions, because they have many championships there throughout the year in Europe, like little tournaments that they play throughout the year. So they just won one of the tournaments this year, playing for I believe Real Madrid, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? So he's actually on a good team, playing really good basketball and stuff, man. So we got a prospect over there in Europe at the guard position. So the Knicks are working. Knicks are working. Up until this point, like I said, we haven't made a big splash, but now, if we're gonna do something, now is the time. Like I said, because Brunson is entering his prime right now. Julius Randle's entering his prime right now. RJ is becoming is really potentially coming into what he's gonna be now. At 21, 22, whatever he is right now. I feel like RJ's finally, opening up into the door of what he's gonna be able to do for us, going down the stretch, man. So the potential for the Knicks to to like really make a big splash and get some really good players here is now. Tom Thibodeau's last year as a Knick coach. This is the last chance for us to set up the real solid foundation for probably like the next coach to come in here and really take us to where we need to go. So we had a crossroads, man, crossroads of our future right now. So I really think it's important for us to get refocused here. Outside of arguing about your favorite player, Mitchell Robinson. Listen, man, Mitchell Robinson at the end all. Like I said, we can get Porzingis here for Mitchell Robinson, literally. Obi Toppin is nice, man, but look, we got RJ. So what are we talking about? People don't like Julius, but Julius is 20, 10 and 4. So I mean, you can't say that Julius Randle is trash and you want to play Obi Toppin because Obi Toppin is better. But Obi Toppin in the minutes that he gets doesn't really show what he can do. Because he doesn't show any of those perimeter skills that we need him to show in order for him to be in the NBA. He doesn't have any finishing ability. Outside of wide open attempts. He cannot create his own shot. So we don't have no confidence in him getting the ball and creating his shot consistently. Like without using the whole half of the court in order for him to make a big ass move for him to go get a basket. He doesn't have any real true go-to moves and that type of thing. So we have to make a decision. Obi Toppin could go to another team and become that player on another team. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? As long as the Knicks get better. If the Knicks make it to the finals and we win a championship and Obi Toppin's not on the team, is anybody going to cry that we should have kept Obi Toppin? No, we won a championship. You know what I'm saying? So let's keep it moving here. this is James Harden. I'm using Hoops Hype here. This is they have like a listing of all of the free agents and stuff. So this is James Harden. I'm just showing you this here. Sins of the past. Kyrie Irving. We're over that. We're not trying to get these superstars that like to hang out with rappers and hotels by themselves. During the summer and getting fat and stuff like that and demanding trades every 5 seconds. This guy Kyrie Irving also. Even though Kyrie Irving's a smart dude, but when it comes to like team basketball and building a team, he doesn't want that. He just wants to. It's just him. He's the greatest thing ever, and he's just very selfish, and we can't build teams around that. We already got our guy in Jalen Brunson. So Brunson is our Kyrie basically, but a real gamer. Somebody that cares about the team, a real leader, someone that makes people better around him. That's Brunson. Kyrie Irving is not that. Kyrie Irving is a very good talent, yes, but he needs to be on those super teams in order to be effective. He can't lead by himself. So I'm glad to have Brunson on this team. I said Harden, and I'll just mention that because that's not our focus right now. We don't need to get those guys. Shout out to Bradley Beal. I haven't made really much comments on Bradley Beal, but Bradley Beal, he probably would have helped us. I had a podcast set up for that, but it took me too long to actually get it up. What I'm saying, so I didn't put it up. But if we got Bradley Beal, then it would have been the Bradley Beal and Brunson show. It would have been the Bradley Beal and Brunson show if we did that. You know what I'm saying? And then just act accordingly. Now Julius is the third option. Potentially a fourth option if RJ Barrett can step it up. And now if RJ Barrett, if our two best players, not two best players, but our two best tenured players, you want to talk about RJ and Julius, if those guys are our third and fourth option, how much better did we get? We got a lot better. So that would have been my rebuttal for that. Shout out to the chat. I totally ignored you guys for 40 minutes, man. Shit. Because I got this thought I got to get out, man. I know it's getting late too, man. So I'm trying not to I just needed to get these thoughts out. But let's look at the center position really quick and some of the potential just some of the other potential players that we could pick up here. Click the centers here. Give it a second to come over. Centers. You got Nikola Vucevic from Chicago. That's a name that's out there too. He's a unrestricted free agent, just like Porzingis. If Porzingis doesn't opt into his contract, he'll be unrestricted. You know what I'm saying? The same thing. If we could trade the same kind of trade that we would trade for Porzingis, Vucevic will bring the same pain that he would bring. Except that Vucevic actually could post up. Vucevic can shoot the three, yes, but Vucevic, like I said, could post up, and Vucevic is a very good rebounder. He's always been one of the top rebounders in the NBA since he's been a starter. You know what I'm saying? So Vucevic is a good player. People like to label him as soft. I don't know about soft, but he's just a European guy. Very fundamentally sound. He doesn't really have too much of a mean streak, but he could play, man. The guy's been an all-star, 20-point a game scorer, legit 20-point a game scorer. Like, you give him the ball, he can get buckets for you if you need it. We need to. Now he's getting older. So, I mean, getting a Nikola Vucevic would definitely be an upgrade on Mitchell Robinson, the same way that Kristaps would be. Except that Vucevic, you could put him down there in the paint and give him the ball, and he'll be able to get some buckets on sometime. And if, like I said, if Vucevic is getting buckets, then Julius Randle and RJ and Brunson could take some days plays off sometimes. I mean, maybe they could concentrate on other things while Vucevic is cooking. And then if Julius is cooking, now Julius has somebody to pass it to. Brunson has somebody extra to pass it to. And like I said, the totem pole goes down. Now all of a sudden, Julius Randle's not the top guy. Brunson is the top guy now. So Julius might be the second guy. If Vucevic is playing well and getting a good rapport with Brunson, then maybe Julius drops a notch. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So that's the pecking order when it comes to getting these new players and stuff like that. It's still not Julius Randle dribbling between the legs. At least you hope, because then at that point, if he is doing that with Vucevic on the team, then you need to fire Tom Thibodeau. Check out some more centers here. There's not Brook Lopez. He's going to stay with Milwaukee, but you can see the potential there. Same thing. He could post up and shoot the three. Shout out to Jacob Paulette, but I can't never pronounce his name. But he's going to stay with Toronto. He's really good too. I really would like to get this guy. But he's going to go to Toronto, so not really going to talk too much about him. Naz Reid is a gem, New Jersey product. Shout out to the Jelly Fam. For anybody that remember Jelly Fam a couple years ago in high school, where there was like a bunch of high school kids and all they were doing was like these fancy like jelly layups Instead of dunking, they would go up to dunking and then it would come down and do like a fancy layup. So he was a part of that crew. He was mostly like the finisher when it came to that. So he would they were doing that jelly fam stuff. But it's funny, he's the only one that made it to the NBA. So that's a little backstory on Naz Reid. But Naz Reid is Nick. He's a Nick. He's a nasty player, vicious going to the basket, dunking, good jump shooter, good defender. Very just nasty. He's a nasty guy, very nasty. So getting him somebody to be a backup, even starting, I would even have Naz Reid starting next to Julius and RJ. You lose a little bit of height because Naz Reid is only 6'9", but he still gets block shots and stuff like that, similar to somebody that we met in the playoffs this year. Adebayo, Bam Adebayo. So Naz Reid would definitely body him. And also too, if you, I'm into the 36 minutes per game stats. If you do that, then you'll see Naz Reid stats goes from 11.5, 4.9 rebounds. It goes up to 20 and 10. 20 and 10 with decent passing skills too. Decent percentages too, as you can see, 43% from the field and 36%, 34% from three. Good percentages for a big man. Like I said, if you push these numbers to 36 minutes per game, then now you start getting to 20 and 10 type of player. So Naz Reid is going to make somebody happy. I don't think it's going to be the Knicks though, but he's going to make somebody happy. I hope it's the Knicks. I hope it's the Knicks. So I mean that's interesting. Some more centers here. Mason Plumlee, I would love. Add Mason Plumlee to the mix, man, because he can put the ball on the floor and start fast breaks and that type of thing. He can rebound well. What's surprising me about him is his passing ability. 3 assists per game. And this is also under the same minutes that Mitchell Robinson gets, like 28 minutes per game, something like that. So 20, it's gonna be 8.9. He's a little older, but you can see the field goal, 68% from the field, 63% from the free throw line. All these centers nowadays don't shoot free throws. But I mean, this is another guy that I would love to get. You sign him with $9 million. I don't know if he'll make that. He might make around that again. But maybe like $10 million a year. He's a good talent to have him and iHeart together in a platoon. I think that works. Because Plumlee's an enforcer. As you can see him diving on the ball, fighting for the loose ball and stuff like that. So if we want to double down on getting tougher and stuff like that, Plumlee is a good mix too. So just talking about Mitchell Robinson and getting off of him. This guy, Thomas Bryant, the potential for him is pretty high too. 9.8, 5.7. He's not really a shot blocker, but same thing. If you get these minutes up to 36 minutes per game, now you're talking about close to a double guy here. Somebody probably really similar to DeAndre Ayton here, Thomas Bryant. This is like DeAndre Ayton light right here. If he can ever get healthy, he's been hurt the last few years. But I mean, this kid has potential to get up there to be like an 18 point, 10 rebound type of scorer. He just doesn't block shots like you would need him to. But he's tough though. He gets into the mix with a lot of players. DeAndre Drummond. People think that he's washed up, but same thing, man. He's still giving you right now. This I believe this is like on some silly shit here, like 6 rebounds, 6 points per game. I think he was on like averaging less than 20 minutes per game, and he still got those stats. So this guy is still giving you 17 and 12 every night if you start him. Is he the smartest player? No. He still can't shoot free throws. The guy can put the ball on the floor. He's not afraid to fight cats, out there. So that it'll increase the rebounding. It'll increase the toughness. I'm down with that. I'm down with doing that. But like I said, we got Jericho Sims that I think could become a Drummond, off the bench and stuff like that. So, after that it starts getting freaky. But there's potential to grow in the center spot in the free agency. So like if we do trade Mitchell Robinson for anybody, and it doesn't have to be another center. If we trade Mitchell Robinson in a trade to get, say, like the guys we've been talking about, Zach LaVine and that type of thing. If we trade Mitchell Robinson, there are players available that we can use to replace him easily. Or we could just replace him from within with Jericho Sims and iHeart. So that's interesting to me. So I mean the potential there for movement is there. But I can go on a little bit more with the small forwards and stuff like that. But I guess we could do that real quick. Let me take a look at the small forwards real quick before I go to the chat. Because I apologize, man. For 50 minutes, man, I've been yapping here. So that's the gift that I have. I have the gift of yapping. So I've been yapping for like 40 minutes, 50 minutes right now. And I didn't even address the chat not once. Lord have mercy, my bad. Chris Middleton, player option. You got Josh Hart. That's a guy that we probably gonna have to get, find some money. We gotta, we don't want to go over the tax threshold. We don't want to get so far like that. So we got to be kind of savvy on how we build this team to give us a little bit of a buffer so we can be able to sign this guy. Because if we get too close to the tax buffer, then we won't have the mid level exemptions and stuff like that. So it's tricky. So there's something that we have to figure out. Dylan Brooks is another guy, very similar to Josh Hart, but I'd rather have Josh Hart. Kelly Oubre is a unrestricted free agent. That's somebody to take a look at too. But like I said, we already got Obi Toppin. If you're gonna get Oubre, we might as well keep Obi. You know what I'm trying to say? A couple other people there. You got Kevin, KJ Martin. He's up and coming. Thibault is always talked about. Horton Tucker is pretty good. He got a player option. I doubt he declined his player option. Torrey Craig is decent. Joe Ingles is old, and then now it's starting to get sketchy here with Utah Watanabe. He's pretty good, but that's sketchy down there. But I mean, there's potential to fix the roster if like I said, if we were to package some of our guys that we already have. Why do we keep seeing this guy? Get out of here, bro. You know what I'm saying? So every time that if we make a trade that where we give up a player like Mitch, there's still potential to replace him on the free agency. If we give up somebody like a RJ or something like that, there's still potential to add somebody else to the roster to help us out. Like, I can go to other positions as well, but outside, let me look at shooting guards real quick because we're talking about Zach Levine and these guys, but there are some free agents available. Like Jordan Clarkson will be excellent as Nick, to tell you the truth. To add the extra ball handle and extra score, that would be dope next to Brunson. Uh, Austin Reeves is definitely going to get paid by somebody. I could see the Knicks signing him too. Depending on what the money looks like. Bruce Brown, he just opted out of his contract. He's making like eight something, I think. Like yeah, $8.6 million. So he's probably gonna be looking close to 15 to $18 million per year. I rather just keep Grimes and these guys and let them develop than sign him to a 15, $18 million contract. DiVincenzo, he doesn't make as much, 4.5, but he's probably looking close to like around that same money or $8 to $10 million. I wouldn't mind keeping him. But like I said, we would have to trade IQ in those guys or somebody if we're going to bring in DiVincenzo in here. So I mean, just keep an eye out for DiVincenzo. Like I said, if we put a potential trade out there for some of these bigger salary players, then DiVincenzo would be dope here. I could see him taking a pay cut. Where he could get paid more somewhere else just so he could be a Nick. You know what I'm trying to say? Karis LeVert's another guy that's interesting. Matt Struss is interesting too. Millie Beasley is available. Lonnie Walker's interesting. Then it just goes down the line. Kobe White, and it starts getting sketchy after that. Seth Curry. Some people seem to want Seth Curry at his older age now. Alec Burt at his older age. Like I said, starts getting sketchy as you get down here. Josh Richardson, he's still got something in the tank, but I mean, that's some sketchy territory down there. These are guys that are going to be like veteran minimums here. So that's potential too. If we end up making trades and we want to fill out the roster, adding some of these guys on the veteran minimum would kind of be dope. Yeah, man, but that's it, man. So once again, I am running the New York City Marathon, man. So I have a pin post here, as you can see here. I clicked the wrong thing, my bad. So this is a pin post right here that I have here. You actually can just go to justgiving.com fundraising at Die Hard Knicks, and you'll be able to go to the fundraising page where you can actually donate to my marathon thing here, man. Like I said, once again, I'm running for the Garden of Dreams foundation. I'm giving back to that fund of foundation while I'm running this marathon, man. So I have a long way to go, to get my stamina up and get my miles in to get up to 26.2. So like I said in the beginning of the pod, I'm definitely gonna need the support of all of my Nick fans that like to watch the Knicks and stuff, that like to watch my channel. For those that know me, on that chat with me on Instagram and Twitter and stuff like that, I definitely need your support with this marathon because it's gonna be an uphill battle. So if you guys could help out with the fundraising, it would be dope. But I really need the support as far as encouragement, man, just to keep me right. You know what I'm saying? So please help with that. Like once again, this money that goes here, it goes straight to the fund. It doesn't go to me. It goes straight to the fund. Like I said, once again, if you can help, you do it through the site here. Like I said, the thing is there, and you'll be able to help me out and help out the Garden Dreams as well with their foundation. So anyway, what's up to everybody here, man? After almost a whole hour, here I go, finally getting back to my guys here. We got Kareem. Let's get this here. Let me just get rid of this altogether. Yeah, man. So shout out to Kareem. What's good, Kareem? How you doing? CEO is here. I'll see you tomorrow, man. What's the name? Harlem CEO hit me up today about hanging out tomorrow. So you definitely gonna be able to hang out. Uh Levine or Kuzma. Listen, we might be able to get both. Because I mean, look at what Kristaps is being traded for. So Kuzma could announce that he wants to be a free agent. He might tell him that, listen, I wanna go to the Knicks. And then if that's the decision, then we got guys like Toppin. We got guys that could fill up a trade to send over there. Then we still have a little bit extra to get a Levine if we wanted to. So I mean, the potential is there. I mean, like we already like everybody done talked about it in nausea. RJ and what's the name, Derek Rose, and maybe a pick for Levine. That works. If you do that, then you still have enough to get Kuzma in a different type of deal. Sending what's his name, Frenchie Fournier, send him out to Washington. Add Toppin, add quickly because quickly's from the area. So I mean, the potential for moves are there. So we could possibly get Kuzma and Zach Levine. How does that work for the Knicks? How many basketballs do we have? I hate when people say that because all the best teams that win championships, they have great players in their squad. You know what I'm saying? They have great players in their squad, guys that can get 20 points per game on their squad, all up and down their squad. But the Knicks, if the Knicks get too much talent, it's like, oh, well, how many basketballs you got? Like, man, Julius Randle, Kuzma in the front court is excellent. How do you guard those guys? You know what I'm saying? Uh Mitchell Robinson, I don't know if he'll still be on the squad, if they make these type of trades. But more than likely, because I didn't mention him. So I mean, Mitchell Robinson could still be the center if we keep him there. Then Brunson at the point guard, and then you'll have Zach Levine starting. And then potentially we could still have Josh Hart coming off the bench. Then we could start signing guys like DiVincenzo if you wanted to, or like I said, I just went through a whole bunch of names there. We can add other names to the squad here, to fill out the roster with veterans and things of that nature. Shout out to Alec Burks and that type of thing to fill out the roster, and that I think that would be dope. Zach Levine and Brunson in the backcourt, like that's tough. Like I said, Julius and Kuzma in the front court, that's tough. Mitchell Robinson in the middle, cleaning up all the doing the dirty work, which is his job. That's a tough starting lineup there. You know what I'm saying? Mitchell, shout out to Tom Thibodeau, love to run guys into the ground. Everybody's gonna play 35 minutes per game. That works for them because all those guys want to play. The potential for those guys to work together is good too. So I mean, it is what it is with that. The sky's the limit. Like I said, if Boston can get Kristaps for nothing, then there's no argument the Knicks can get Kuzma and Levine together. And still keep our guys. It's still there. Salute to everybody here. Shout out to Mr. Williams. You got Angel Torres is here. Almighty Finesse was good. Almighty. Hope everything is good with the young fella. You haven't fucked with me all season here. So I mean, last off season you was getting under my skin during the what are you talking about during the season when I was doing the watch alongs? You getting under my skin a little bit too. Haven't really got crazy with you yet, man. So I hope everything is good with you. Young guy trying to get your shit together. Shout out to Captain and Coke was good. I'm not sure if we make a big move. Me neither, because the Knicks haven't made a big move. So when people say, "Oh yeah, Knicks definitely gonna make a trade," oh, we got to make. We haven't made one. So if we do make one, it'll be the first. It'll be the first big splash that we've made since Leon Rose and these guys been in here. So I mean, we haven't made a big trade in years. Even before Leon Rose, we haven't made a big trade. I mean, I feel like Julius Randle was like the biggest thing that we've done, with this franchise in the last 10 years, man. Just about. Shout out to Mega. You got Ribby too here. What's up? J Cruz, what's up? Yeah, man, it's crazy. There's a lot of potential for movement. But like I said, the Knicks have never made a move during these guys here. So you can't get too excited about, oh, the Knicks gonna make a move. But then if we don't move, oh man, the Knicks didn't make a move. Yeah, but the Knicks haven't. So you can't really get too upset about that. I'm gonna keep beating that dead horse. Um, this is my man P Lab 80 said, first time I seen that intro. I'm behind. Yeah, that's good, man. Shout out to Trav B. Ryan. So that's Trav B. Ryan that's performing in that intro, man. So everybody likes the intro. Listen, please support Trav. I would like to get Trav on the show more often, man. We're trying to figure it out because I mean he has a family too, so it's very hard trying to get guys together. But I would love to have Trav come on here and be more part of the show. Shout out to Jay Boogie. I see Jay Boogie popping on everybody's show lately, man. With me scrolling through. Sounds like you're about to drop another losing weight track with Cameron. Shout out to yeah, man. Yeah, I'm trying to. It's one thing about me, man. I don't I'm not lacking for confidence. So I mean, me at 255, I don't feel depressed that I'm 255. Who wants to be that heavy? You know what I'm saying? Who wants to be that heavy? But I mean, I'm having a good time with it. I've never been this big, so I like being the fat boy. I like having the dad bod. I like walking around with my stomach out. People could say what they want to say, but it doesn't do nothing to my confidence. So I'm enjoying it. That's the thing with life. You can't if you don't enjoy different stages or whatever, then what are you doing? Then just blow your brains out. That's why people get to the point where they want to do that. So I mean, I would rather use the time that you have, being positive with yourself and building that way. So that way when you get to your goals eventually, what I'm saying, you can look back at it and see where you came from, and then that should take your confidence even further. So that's my thing with that. Just you always got to keep your own confidence. You can't let other people fuck with your brain with their comments, and like I said, you can't put yourself down. That's my thing. That you get the most important thing is yourself. Like, is because with your word you can either build or destroy. With yourself, because nobody else can hear it, only you can hear it. That's the strongest word in this that's available out there, man. So you got to keep yourself confident up. You got to shut your own bad negative voices in your head. And then like I said, you'll be able to be good and just enjoy life. In the stages that you're in. Shout out to Francisco Carrillo. I haven't seen you on here in a while, my brother. I hope everything is good. I was worried about you. I haven't seen you on here in a while, so it's good to see the wellness check here, Mister Francisco. Young Simba's here. What's good, young Simba? Shout out to my guys here. Yeah, maybe we got to wrap it up in a little bit. I'm just gonna scroll here to make sure I don't miss any big points here. Anybody new that's popping in here? Makes second best offensive rebounds in the NBA. And look at his contract, his value. You're bugging. So I'm tired of that. I know he's on a descending contract. When people come on these shows, they think they know more than the next person, man. It's if you're tuning into the Die Hard Knicks podcast, that means that you know about basketball because you clicked on Die Hard Knicks. Oh, let me see what this guy's talking about. Okay, cool. Second best offensive rebounds in the NBA. What did that do for us in the playoffs? You know, what did it do for us in the playoffs? We beat Cleveland, but then we lost to Miami. So we didn't advance, and we didn't advance because of Mitchell Robinson. You want to everybody wants to blame Julius Randle, but Julius Randle's the one with two broken ankles, had surgery and everything. Mitchell Robinson was healthy. He was out there. He didn't do his job. We lost because of Mitchell Robinson. Like other shows are going to constantly butcher Julius Randle. I've done it too. Julius Randle deserves everything that he gets, but everybody else needs to get some too. You know. So I mean, best offensive rebounder in the NBA. What does that do for us? Does the guy score 30 points a game? Because I mean, if he could score a little bit, then the best offensive rebounding in the league, then he would be scoring way more points. But he doesn't because he can't score. You know what I'm trying to say? If he's one of the best offensive rebounders in the NBA and is only giving you 9 rebounds per game in the 28 minutes that he's giving you, what I'm saying? That means that he's one of the worst defensive rebounders in the whole NBA. The guy, get you 4 to 5 offensive rebounds per game, but he's only giving you 3 to 4 defensive rebounds. So I mean, so he's giving you second chance points, when he has it going, but he's not protecting the rim on the other side. He's not stopping the other team from getting offensive rebounds. So get off that bullshit. This no disrespect, Canty, but just like when it comes to the basketball stuff, you can say what you want to say. Second best offensive rebounds in the NBA. Look at his contract and stuff like that. But listen, man, the guy you cannot give him the ball and he can't score. Like if he needed to score, shot clock running down, or he just open, just open, he can't score. He's looking to give it back to Julius and these guys because he can't score. You know what I'm trying to say? And like I said, if he can get you 4 to 5 offensive rebounds, he's only giving you 3 to 4 defensive rebounds. So he's allowing the other team to get the offensive rebounds. I don't know if you understand that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to tell both sides of the fucking story. Anyway, Yeah, there's a lot of ridiculous trades out there, but it is what it is. That's what's fun about it. The off season, that's what's fun about it. Talking these things out. Like I said, I'm getting on my man here just because of Mitchell Robinson. But this is the part of the year when we really throw things to the wall and really talk about it. Really talk about what we actually saw. This is Luis Spalletta here. Shout out to Luis Spalletta. We got to get you on the show too, man. Like I said, it's definitely hard to get the time to get on it. But I tell you, man, everybody knows I'm free after a certain time, so you just got to make it happen. So here goes somebody else. Pablo wants to say that I'm bugging here. He says you're bugging with that mistrade shit. That's some clown talk. Well, fuck you, Pablo. That's some clown talk. So you're a clown for coming on here saying that I'm a clown. You know what I'm saying? You know why you're a clown? Because you like to see videos with Mitchell Robinson with no shirt on, that type of thing, and that makes you excited. Oh, because Mitchell Robinson can guard 5 positions. Oh, he's the only one playing defense on our team. Yeah, I get it. But like I said, I just went here, right? And I went through a whole list of people that can replace Mitchell Robinson with no problem. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Kristaps, shout out to Nurkic. But I just ran through a whole bunch of guys here that can play center position for the Knicks and we'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to iHeart. You know, iHeart could play the center too because when Mitchell Robinson gets hurt, iHeart was holding us down. Jericho Sims was holding us down too. So we could play guys we already have on the squad. We'll be fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if Mitchell Robinson's on a descending contract. You know what I'm saying? The guy puts his team under the bus talking about that all he's out there doing cardio and stuff like that. But people get behind him, but let somebody else say something. Everybody gets gets down on them. So listen, man. My thing about this thing here, like if you don't like what I'm saying about Mitch, and that's gonna turn you off from the channel, out of everything that I talked about today, and just me talking about Mitch and my opinion about Mitch, if that turns you off, then goodbye. You know. If not, then just hang around. Let's have a basketball conversation. You know, and just stay off that clown bullshit. The clown stuff, the clown talk. People love to throw that in these chats and stuff. That's like the new culture now. But man, I get it. Like, get off that shit. Get off it. And then people are gonna get mad at me if I say something smart back. Now you want now it's like escalated now, right? But you called me a clown first. So anyway, this is Amari, the great Minneapolis here. He says, so this is somebody that agrees with me. He says, you're absolutely right. So let's see what this is about. A very powerful statement on the center of the Knicks. What a real statement about a sentence. Why you love. I got you. So I mean, like it's about being a Knicks fan. I'm not a Mitchell Robinson fan. I'm not an RJ fan. I'm not a whoever else that people keep writing for. I'm not or against. I'm not against Julius Randle like that. I'm a Knicks fan. If Julius Randle gets traded, I would not cry. If Mitchell Robinson is traded, I would not cry. I would not be like, oh yeah, wait till Mitchell Robinson comes here, he's gonna kill us. I'm not one of those guys. It's not me. There's a lot of people out there that are like that. You know, Obi Toppin, I'm not gonna cry if he goes to another squad and gets 20 points per game, 6 to 7 rebounds, and becomes the player that he's supposed to. Then what I'm gonna say is that I told you that was gonna that was his potential. Sean Marion. You know what I'm saying? But he didn't get the potential to be on the Knick because he just didn't have the opportunity, and he didn't show it. You know? Yeah, he needs to get out of his own head, and he needs to get better. He needs to get better. So I mean, this is no, I just saw him again. No, this is P Labs here. Even trying to get Obi at the 3 though. Yeah, he's not. He's definitely not. So listen, that's number one. I want to trade Tom Thibodeau because if we had anybody else leading the team, I think we would get so much more use out of the roster. That's the major thing with Tom Thibodeau. If we had a different coach here, Obi Toppin would be utilized better. There's no reason for Julius Randle to be putting the ball between his legs, being guarded by point guards. There's no reason for it. Move the ball. But the coach doesn't want him to move the ball. The coach wants Julius to create off the dribble. It doesn't make any sense. A guy is a big man standing out on the top of the key, going between his legs with a point guard guarding him. That is so ridiculous. It's unbelievable. We got a major point guard. Let him do his thing. We got IQ. Let IQ do his thing. You know. It's just annoying. Like I know we got Grimes there. Grimes could create and stuff too. But my thing is like we have Julius Randle. He's a scorer. He's a big man. Why not put him in positions so he could dominate rather than make him do point guard, make point guard decisions when we have plenty of ball handlers on the squad to do that? This doesn't make any sense. Even RJ can create a little bit. Put the ball in their hands rather than Julius Randle. Even though Julius Randle makes good decisions, though. There was a stat that came out that Julius Randle is one of the best at passing out double teams. So Julius Randle can play. But they're putting too much pressure on Julius Randle to make basketball plays every single night. Under extreme circumstances. And then putting them in bad spots. Like I said, he should not be dribbling the ball between his legs a million times. He should not be doing that. So I mean, like Julius Randle should be in the mid range. Looking to get the ball in the high post and the low post, high post and low post, where he can just get in there, turn around and shoot, get in around, spin and dunk it. Get in there, fake, go the next way, drive and dunk it. Or lay it up or whatever. That's what he should be doing. Kicking it out to the corner for the threes, or like the elbow for the elbow threes and that type of thing. Not dribbling in between his legs against point guards is ridiculous, man. Sergio Acosta, Marion was a lockdown defender and incredible rebounder. But listen, in the way that Marion does it, Obi Toppin could do that. I'm not saying that Obi Toppin is gonna photocopy his stats. What I'm trying to say? I'm just talking about playing style. You know, um, this guy Obi Toppin's playing style is not Amari Stoudemire at all. But his playing style is Shawn Marion. I could see him playing off the ball, standing there, being a pogo stick, being a help defender, and that type of thing. Not anybody grab, like boxing out and that type of stuff. Just somebody being opportunistic, getting the ball off the rim, sneaking in there, getting sneaky blocks, sneaking in there, getting sneaky rebounds, sneaky steals, exploding on a fast break, taking guys off the dribble, driving and dunking on cats. That's what Obi Toppin should be doing. But I doubt he's going to do that on the Knicks, man, especially after everything that's been happening recently with these videotapes and stuff. So these are comments from 10 12. So, right now we had 11 something. So I'm going to speed it up to towards the end here. So I see Cosmo, I see quite a few people here that that are contributors to the chat, man. I definitely appreciate you guys, man. Let's get my man Costa off here. Let's scroll down. Let's start here with Julian. He said, honestly, that Mitch hinders our offense starting because teams know he's not a threat. See, absolutely. They know he's not a threat. You know what I'm saying? But that could be a situation too. Since they know he's not a threat, maybe that's the reason why he's able to get these offensive rebounds, because they're not worried about him. Also, too, a lot of these offensive rebounds be him going up, rebounding, missing, going up, that type of stuff. You know what I'm trying to say? So he could squeeze out offensive rebounds that way. But yeah, like I said, Mitchell Robinson has that skill set. Yes, he's a good offensive rebounder. You know what I'm saying? But you want to talk about a good offensive rebounder? iHeart is a good offensive rebounder too. At one point of the year, Hartenstein had the same amount of offensive rebounds that Mitch Robinson had. So I mean, it's just an argument that just drives me crazy. People want to throw clown shit out there, but look at the actual stats. Hartenstein at one point of the year was averaging the same amount of offensive rebounds that Mitchell Robinson was averaging. So I mean, the numbers, people lie and people like to talk their shit, but the numbers don't be lying though. I just don't get it. Yeah, I mean, they do the clown stuff for clout. They do it for just to get a rise out of you. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way that things are. Not nothing personal, I guess. Nothing personal, but this is the way things are. And especially on Twitter, I think that Twitter game. Shout out to State. State definitely helped that grow also too, because State calls people all kind of names up and down the internet, and that just becomes a regular thing where guys are just cursing each other out all day long on Twitter. It's crazy. Uh, Obi to the Pacers. Shout out to Ice Mike 6969. The big trade is Obi for Duarte. See, I don't know about that. See, Duarte, I don't know what he's gonna do for us. He's a definitely a wing. Slasher, I don't really know about his jump shot and stuff like that. Has potential to be like a scorer, that type of thing. But I see role player in Duarte. I don't see anything more than that. Obi Toppin still has the potential to be a big time starter in this NBA. He has the skill set for it. Duarte, I guess you could say the same thing too. But two different players. But it is what it is. But that doesn't, that's not a sexy trade for me. Getting Duarte. What does Duarte do? Duarte might not even play. We'll trade Obi for Duarte, and then Duarte be sitting on the bench. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. This was a weird trade for me. Like I said, if you're gonna trade Obi Toppin to the Pacers, I would rather try to get a shot at some of those other guys. Shout out to Buddy Hield and those guys, and the center that they have that we've been trying to get for years. Those type of guys. I would rather have Obi in a trade to get to get a mix of those guys rather than trade for Duarte. You feel me? Shout out to D Nice here, taking out your suckers, and you don't know how he did it. We don't know what we really have until that's the other coach. See, this is the key right here. The coach. We don't know what we really have because of Tom Thibodeau. That's very frustrating because now we get to, like I said, we get to calling each other names out here on these streets, calling each other clowns and stuff. But Tom Thibodeau is the one. Tom Thibodeau is the one that got us like that. He got us all fucked up. I guess I can I think this is pretty funny too, man. Shout out to Ice Mike. I think that's pretty funny. That Randall's the Dave Winfield of basketball. Yeah, Dave Winfield was a really good baseball player, but he wasn't a winner. So I totally get that reference. But back to Tom Thibodeau, man. Let's put it like this: the Knicks made the playoffs our first year. Tom Thibodeau got Coach of the Year. Then we missed the playoffs. You know, do you want to blame the Knicks front office for getting Fournier and what's my name, Kemba Walker? We want to blame the Knicks for that, or you want to blame Tom Thibodeau for making Alec Burks our point guard all year? And all the other nonsense that we were doing that just totally screwed up everything. You could blame Julius too, but from being frustrated because Julius Randle was playing like shit that year. You know what I'm saying? But Julius Randle bounced back. Tom Thibodeau, you could say he bounced back too. Our offense is way better this year compared to that second year and compared to that first year. The front office, got us guys that were out the league. We made the playoffs that first year when we lost to Atlanta. We lost to Atlanta, but Atlanta went to the finals. The Eastern Conference Finals. Shout out to the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat beat us and they went to the finals. The same year that the Knicks lost the playoffs to Atlanta, Miami Heat also went to the championship. You know what I'm saying? So this perspective like that, but yeah, man, I just think our Achilles heel right now with the squad is Tom Thibodeau because now we have to build accordingly. We have to build, for a team that Tom Thibodeau is gonna want to play. Because I mean, for him to bench Fournier and for him to like emasculate Kemba Walker when he first got here, that was just crazy. For him to start Alec Burks when there was other options, it was just nonsense, man. So I mean, let's say if we go all out and we make a trade for Zach LaVine and we make a trade for Kuzma, I could see Tom Thibodeau doing something wild, like benching Kuzma, and I could just see some wild stuff happen out there. I could see Zach LaVine coming off the bench or not playing at all, that type of thing because of Tom Thibodeau, how he looks at the game and just what he wants and stuff like that. I could totally see that happening. And like Tom Thibodeau, he already showed you that he would sacrifice an entire year just for his off of principle. He would sacrifice an entire year off of GP, man. That's crazy to me, man. Uh, so he says the Porzingis trade fell through. So let's do this. Let me take a look at what's going on here. I see two additions here on my Twitter feed here. So let's see what's going on here. Sides are working under a midnight deadline for Porzingas. Yeah, so I already reported that, which is still working on the Porzingas trade, whatever. Porzingas still has the ability to decline his 36. That's funny, man. That's funny. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. We got until midnight. I'm not gonna be on until midnight. I'm probably gonna just be up past midnight, but I'm not gonna be up podcasting past midnight. But it'll be interesting to see what happens, man. Yeah, I get this too. Burks. Burks would have been nice last year. He definitely would have helped out in the playoffs and stuff. But if you have Burks, then Grimes wouldn't be playing. So it's just a very weird situation. But anyway, we're winding down here, guys. Man, shout out to everybody that joined the chat and stuff. Listening to me talk for a whole hour before I acknowledge the chat. But definitely, man, thank you for coming in, Mr. Everybody in the chat, all the supporters of the channel, supporters of the Knicks, really. Thank you for coming in here, giving me feedback and listening to stuff I was saying. For those that popped in late, please go to the beginning, check out the replay, see what I was saying here about various topics, Obi Toppin, Kristaps, and things of that nature. Tomorrow we'll be at Legends, man. Legends is on 33rd Street between 5th and 6th. between 5th and Herald Square, I want to say. You know what I'm saying? So right at the foot of the Empire State Building, closer to 5th Avenue. It's a bar called Legends, big bar, plenty of space to move around in there. Like I said, they got good drinks and stuff. I haven't had a beer in there because I haven't drank in a year and a half. But I'm back drinking today, so I will have a beer, a couple beers tomorrow. Um, what else? They have a great veggie burger, like I said, and their wings are the best. They have like really good wings for those that like wings. So please come out to Legends, support nothing but Knicks. Just come through, hang out, let's talk basketball. Let's just enjoy the time with each other. And we don't have no picks and stuff like that. But like I said, it's really about the camaraderie. Getting to meet Knicks fans and just having a good time, man. You never know. Might meet your lady there. You never know. We'll see what happens, man. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. And I'll see you tomorrow, man. We'll be on. I'll be on Nothing But Knicks channel, chatting with Sam and stuff. We might end up simulcasting. So I might, we might broadcast, the podcast on my channel as well. So I'll talk to Sam about that. So you might see that podcast on my channel as well. So that's just love there from the NBK fam. And once again, I'll see you guys soon, man. Shout out to everybody. Julian Bloom, man, my guy, definitely. Shout out to Julian. I work till 11, so hopefully y'all there. But I forgot when the draft is. The draft is I think it's in the evening, right? So I think it starts at 5, if I'm not mistaken. But anyway, you can find all the information by going to Nothing But Knicks, their page, and you'll be able to get all that information, man. So anyway, it's your boy Ebro. I'm out of here. 4 fingers to the forehead, tucking the thumb salute. And see everybody next time, man. Definitely. Nothing But Knicks tomorrow at Legends. I'll see you guys there. Other than that, peace. Enjoy the outro.
Eru, I see you. Die hard. Trap. We gonna do this one the right way. We in here forever. Yeah. Die hard, homie, die hard. You can check the swag, he the realest by far. Swimming in that blue and orange, he the lifeguard. Yeah, he been through pain, at least he got some nice scars. He can smell a trophy, yeah, you need it back to back. Represent himself, his own name is on his back. 10 toes down, try to stop him, he come back. Bandwagon hoppers, he will knock you off your tracks. You ain't saying nothing, Nero been here from the start. He been working in the lab to take his team and make it art. See him going over film to help him build and make him smart. He will tell you how he feels because he's real and he got heart. He will never fade away, he will never change his face. Everybody picking faves, and he's feeling out of place. Cause he is for the team, man, he always rep the squad. Like that Christmas movie, he gon' always die hard. City on my back. They ask me what's my name and it's on my back. I'm just speaking facts. We got big dreams, we ain't looking back. We be really die hard, yeah, that's a fact. We be really die hard, ain't no going back. Make the whole crowd rise like a thermostat. Fourth quarter, I'm the king.